Bring it on. Bring it on.
I think you can handle this.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Yo, people, what is up? This is your boy, John Colder Ice Lawson, and I've got on the other side somebody that you've got to meet. Why? Because he's one of the smartest people. That's why he's on the smartest podcast, and his name is Rob. So, Rob, tell the people who you are and why we should listen to you.
Hey, John, thanks for having me on this brilliant, smart podcast. I'm Rob. I'm Director, Head of Commercial Operations for Lovehoney. Lovehoney are the sexual happiness people, the global leaders in delivering sexual happiness. We range 7,500 products in 3 key distribution centres in Atlanta, in Bath in the UK, and here in very hot Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. So yeah, I founded this from our spare bedroom 9 years ago with one staff member, a phone line, two landline connections, and 2 dogs. Now we're 70 staff, 70 million turnover, 600 million US global turnover, 954 staff in 10 locations around the world. And on top of all that, most importantly, father of 2 epic boys, Jack G and Levi. I sit on a number of boards, including Retail Global, which I have the presence and honour to share the stage with legend in yourself, John.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm on the Australia Post board, which is the biggest carrier in Australia. I'm mental health board of TX. And outside of that, I walk my dog, Frankie. I play a lot of sport. I box. I break my nose a lot. And just a cool Australian English kind of thing. That's it.
You box?
Yeah.
Like you get in the ring with another person, not just a bag.
I have had 8 semi-pro fights. I've won 7. The only fight I lost was at the Pan Pacific Games, which is the Olympics for old people over 35. And I lost the bronze medal fight. And I trained with Dennis Hogan, who just won the super welterweight title of the world. We sparred 3 weeks before he won the world title. And Jeff Horn, who beat Manny Pacquiao, he's a good mate. Who else we got? Beck Hawker, she came in to do a talk. She's the super flyweight champion of the world.
Wow.
The other day, yeah, my nose is that bent because I'm very good at coming forward and aggression, not so good at defense. So, but yeah, I love my boxing. Keeps you fit. You're not a CEO then. You're not a boss. You're a human, and you've got to bring yourself very focused. It's a great leveler in life, boxing.
Well, believe it. Hey, my dad was a boxing coach for, I don't know, 40 years maybe, and he passed it on to his son, but I'm just not that son. But that's cool, man. So you start, I mean, I think it's great, that Lovehoney, which is a sexual wellness kind of company, started in a bedroom. So, I mean, it's just, come on.
Rich and Neil, my dear friends who started it in the UK in 2002, they wanted to do embroidery or sex toys. And so obviously they chose sex toys. And then we basically hooked up in LA and in Vegas. I used to run a show called Sexpo. I used to license all the adult films out of Chatswood and come over to LA every 6 months, and we were just mates. And then they said, let's do something together. So we did 50 Shades of Grey, won the license, and we literally, I couldn't get a license, I couldn't get a lease for a building because people thought I was a pornographer. People thought, even though we were a multi-million-dollar company.
Absolutely.
Fast forward, fast forward the last 9 years, now we've got a 4,500 square meter warehouse. We have 24/7 operations, 7 days a week. We're the biggest customer to Australia based in northern Brisbane. So sex sales.
Yeah, hey, absolutely. Do you still run into some of these, rooms where you're looked at or as almost like it's not a legitimate business? And it's like, hey, bro, I'm turning over 50, 60 times what you guys are, but you're kind of looking at me because we do something in this industry. Do you still ever have that?
Literally every month. It is getting less. So I would say one of the only key advantages of COVID was the embracing and the empowerment of people to explore their sexuality and to own their sexuality. We've done multiple reports that link having a good sex life helps your overall health, but also having a good sex life helps your mental health. So I think people embraced during, during, and after COVID the whole sexual wellness, but that's helped the consumer adopt it. But big media, big corporations and governments still have this knee-jerk reaction to that. Like Meta, again, I literally spend single digits of my marketing spend on paid promotions on Facebook or Instagram because I just can't. I haven't got a swipe up. I haven't got a shopping cart on Instagram because I'm not allowed to, even though we're a 600 million plus US dollar company. Google last week put in place a new algorithm, literally overwrote 80% of our landing pages because if you had sheer lingerie, you wouldn't appear on their paid search. So then we're having to then change all your landing pages overnight just to conform with a new algorithm which you just didn't know about. So big business, big media business, should I say, we have the usual stuff like you can't do TV above the line or radio ads after a certain time period, some of which we completely embrace, like school drop-off times. No, we don't want to advertise them, but it is still a very much arm's distance. But as we get into mainstream stores, so we're in David Jones now, which is like your Nordstrom in America, we're in there. We had the biggest Christmas ever. Our Christmas calendars sold out in one day with David Jones.
Wow.
So as those barriers come down from the consumer, so therefore media companies have to see the reality. And I think in the next 5 years, we'll be in every high street, every pharmacy, every supermarket, in the major retail precincts.
What's the differentiator between, Lovehoney and all the other sexual wellness? What was the big differentiator? How did you guys come into this market and really start dominating?
I would think it's even down to our 6 core values back in 2002 of being the sexual happiness people. We deliver happiness. If my staff aren't happy, then I'm doing something wrong. And that translates across to our customer service. So with Lovehoney, between our call centers in Brisbane, Atlanta, and Bath, we have true 24/7 customer service. So literally, we're only down for a few hours on Christmas Day, and that's it. Every other day, you can talk to someone immediately. So when someone emails us, that email will normally be replied to and concluded within 45 minutes to an hour. Done. Sorry, missed delivery, broken product, query, it's done. The customer service is a major differentiation point. So when you look at the big competitors in America or in Australia or in the UK as our core territory or Europe, their customer service is 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Monday to Friday.
Right.
Hey, what if I'm horny on a Friday night, on a Saturday night? What, you got to wait till Monday morning when I'm at work to talk about what I want to buy for my better half? It's like the consumer doesn't do that. So everything we do, what Lovehoney, why we are global leaders, is everything we do, we gear it to the customer. So most of our staff in the warehouse actually start late in the day So we can actually, for the East Coast of Australia, we can pick an order. Someone can place an order in Sydney at 5 p.m. and we'll get it to you next day, because we position our warehouse at the bottom of the runway of Brisbane. Our staff work late, and we have the last pickup from Australia Post. We'll get it to you next day. So 94% of our population we can deliver, and that means we don't just compete and beat our online companies, but we beat the retail customers in the bricks and mortar. Because why should you walk into what tends to be an average shopping experience in the adult retail stores? Why do that when you can order in comfort at home or in privacy? Lovehoney, there's no selling. It's all about information, all about the customer journey, the customer experience. Order it, free shipping, get it next day, done. You're removing the stickiness, you're removing the barriers to purchase. And we have all of our customer service staff don't sell. All their KPIs are about quality of call, quality of resolution. So we have things like, we go the extra inch, bit cheesy, but it's cool. You can never know enough about sex. It's nice to be nice. These are our core values, which we build our whole customer service around, and people love it. We've got 300,000 reviews on our website. We've got close to 20,000 Trustpilot reviews, 4.7 out of 5, which is excellent. That takes away we have a 100-day money back guarantee. So even if you've used a product and you don't like it anymore, change your mind, you can send it back for a full credit, or not even send it back. Just call us up, and we'll replace it.
I don't want it back, bro.
That's recycling. That's another.
That's another.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is fascinating, because you guys implemented this, and it's part of your core value, and it's very similar, for Amazon here in the US. It sounds very similar.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, have you any? Here's my question: does Amazon in your area compete with you guys?
They are a customer and they are a competitor.
They're a customer and a competitor.
Yeah. So, and they are literally 2 kilometers away from our warehouse.
Of course they are.
Because they've got the same. It's about distribution. It's about your prime. It's about your whole customer journey. It's the speed, the frictionless purchasing. I mean, look, eBay is still the biggest marketplace down here. Neil and his team at eBay do a great job. They're great operators. Amazon's the slow giant that will creep up and will dominate in the future. But they do sell a lot of Lovehoney products, and their customer service is excellent. You can't knock them. They invest for the long term, very much like a Chinese model. It's a long-term sustainability of the customer, but LTV, lifetime value of a business, of a customer. That's what you're aiming for. So no, we embrace Amazon. We embrace also the fact that they lift the game for e-commerce. So where we've dominated in adults and in sexual wellness is because we go the extra mile. We do whatever's needed to keep that customer. They do the same, but for all of their categories. So what that does is when customers get used to free shipping, they get used to next day delivery, they get used to, with new AI technology, about real precise delivery spectrum. This is what Amazon do. So what this does is lifts the bar so that Lovehoney actually is shown to be on a level, same as Amazon, and then there's the rest. So I'd say over here in Brizzy, probably the 4 top e-commerce retailers are Amazon, Lovehoney, Culture Kings with Simon and his crew. Culture Kings just launched in Las Vegas. Again, superb customer service. And probably like Universal, something like that. Again, they're all geared around the customer about making that. So Amazon's good because it lifts the bar for the industry.
Interesting. Very interesting. I really can appreciate the focus on the customer. I can definitely appreciate that. So let me ask you this too. I mean, so if you're getting all the pushback from the major, marketing channels, how do you guys market and how do you put a budget together? I'm wondering what are the factors that are important for you guys when it comes to marketing?
Our key strength in marketing is the coordination across all marketing channels. So we still do a lot of above the line. So we have TV adverts going on to free to air, going on to digital, going on to we have over here Fox channels. Mm-hmm. So that's we coordinate that with radio. Radio is still a very good avenue for us. Alongside social. So how there are ways to get around Mr. Zuckerberg in that, we have to do illustrations of products. We have got to do sketches rather than photographs. We use a lot of ambassadors and influencers. So rather than us just not being able to promote a page, we'll work some real cool ambassadors. We've got one of the best ambassadors in the world called Chantal Otten. She's Australia's leading sexologist. Bryony Cole from New York City, from Brooklyn. She spends half time in Australia, half in Brooklyn. She runs the sex tech school, which I lecture on. And she's the leading expert in sex tech in the world. And she promotes our products, our services. So the key, when you're given a massive hurdle of you can't promote yourself on social media, which 99% of the companies in the world can do so, you've got to think strategically, laterally, any which way. So we do a very much coordinated above the line with TV, radio, ambassador programs, also affiliate channel. That's good results through there. We do a lot of work with Commission Factory and Impact, the Awin Group, and just doing cool stuff. Like, again, we're the happiness people. So, bringing sex to the masses is fun, and that like you've got to bring that joy. Like we have dogs in the office every day. You can book your dog in to come in and hang out in the office with you, which is cool. We have discounted foods every day, but part of that, bringing that fun and vitality, is doing cool events. So we launched Marilyn Monroe collection last year, and we hired out a cinema in Sydney at the QT Hotel, which is a beautiful Art Deco hotel. We threw that for press and influencers and ambassadors. We had popcorn, we had the guest speakers, and then we launched the product. We did the Museum of Erotic Art recently as well, where we auctioned off for charity a whole load of just beautiful erotic art, as well as launching new products. So it's not just hard sell. What you do is you create you as a go-to company for your industry. So you don't lead just by price or sell all the time. You do it by content, and content is king. It doesn't matter what channel you're advertising on, you've got to make, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Insta, whether it's on TV, whether it's through ambassadors, you've got to make it fun. You've got to make it engaging. People's attention spans are getting reduced every single day. So you've got to be punchy, you've got to be passionate, and you've got to do it with purpose. And if you can get that across, people are going to go, oh yeah, now where I wear this beautiful t-shirt, I wear it every day, right? To see the reaction of, so people are, do you know Lovehoney? Yeah, I'm the director. And they're like, you're cool. You guys are cool. That to me, I know I'm doing a good job. When I pick up the kids from school and you have a parent looking at a t-shirt and looking at you and smiling, I know that my marketing strategy is working. And that's it. We don't have any sexual happiness on there anymore. It's just the logo, just the heart. If I know people smile, then I know that my marketing team doing a great job.
So how do you, I mean, I guess for the digital marketers of the world, and when I say that, I mean, like, the Facebook marketing team or this and that, we have all these KPIs that are totally attached to or very easy to track, right? So how do you track, or do you track, doing something like the Marilyn Monroe movie theater? How can you attribute sales to some of these marketing events that you do?
Yeah, that's a good question, John. Because everything now has to be justified. Everything's got an ROI. Everything's got a cost benefit analysis to it. So I think even down to like those media events, you got to then say, okay, out of that, I want to get 10 media articles, and then you attribute to that media value of what those articles. So if it's in News Corp, or if it's in a major publication like Pedestrian, or it's the Wall Street Journal, then that that's got a credible monetary value by being published in those. That's where it also comes down to relationships, and why it's important as an industry leader to create those relationships with the press, so that you can actually encourage them to do deep links. So again, that's another attribution you can give. How many click-throughs do I get from that article? So most of the articles now that people read are online. So therefore, how many deep links can we get in with our publishers, and how much revenue comes from that? But also, there is still, to this day, though, a bit of speculation. So we were the first sexual wellness company to launch in the metaverse last year. And that's a great learning curve, not just for making how it works, the learning curve in terms of what resonated with our customers, but also just the time and the effort and the reward. Now that obviously isn't a cost positive awareness piece straight away, but it was invaluable for investing and training our staff for the future. So when we do go full-time into the metaverse, we've had a really good learning, and we've had some great feedback from our customers. We know exactly what they were coming for, and it was very much the best sellers. So we had 4 floors. We had a new music activated vibrator called a Juno. So we had a dance floor, so you could actually wear your new Juno and it reacts to the music, either on your skin or internally. Great product. We had our best sellers toys, so Wow Tech, so our Womanizer, We Vibe, a Lovehoney range, 50 Shades of Grey. We had our lingerie level as well. And then we had our, with NFTs, you could buy erotic art as well. We had our digital erotic art, and a lot of people love the art as well and the music, but it is still very commercial. So we're like on the platform alongside Louis Vuitton in Gucci. I mean, that's kudos.
Yeah.
So whilst that you need to do the KPIs in terms of above the line, social, specific influencers. I mean, the cost of influencers these days, wow. But if you get an ROI for them, then you still need a little bit of flexibility to try new things. As long as you learn from them.
Yeah, absolutely. Just curious, 2020. Did you guys see a big bump in 2020?
What happened in 2020?
Yeah, well, you know, we all got stuck in.
Did we see a big bump? We saw and still see everything is harder. Getting stock, getting it delivered, getting staff.
Really?
So we went from 2019, we had 28 staff. By the end of 2021, we had 72 staff.
Wow.
So in that 2-year period, you can equate how much our sales increased, and we had the biggest out of stocks ever.
Wow.
So we had tenfold what we'd normally see we would aim to always have, let's say we've got 5,000 products, right? You maybe aim to have 2 to 4% out of stock anyone, and that's just given delivery, manufacturing. It was so much more than that. So you're having record out of stocks, record sales. So I mean, during that time period, we picked up the Hall of Fame award at the Aureas. We picked up Retail Global's Excellence in Retail. We picked up the National Retail Association Innovation Champions. So I think it was recognised that Lovehoney did do a great job, but vitally importantly, even though our business increased exponentially over that time period, it was even more important, as equally important, to go back to the community and support the community. So our dear friend Phil Leahy, through Frontliners, we gave out 10,000 blindfolds in the non, shall we say, salacious ones, so for our doctors and nurses to get some sleep. So we have a beginners range. So we gave them loads of these blindfolds. We help pick, pack, and distribute all of the orders with the e-commerce community. We raised last year over $250,000 for mental health charity TX, which we had at Retail Global, of which I'm on their board. It's, even though you're having great sales and your business expanding, you as a community, you as a retailer with your retail community, it's so important to be a good citizen. It's good to be a good human. Not necessarily, that's where the ROI doesn't come in. You should do stuff because you are a good human and you are a good company. And that halo effect will come back. That good karma will come back. And the amount of people that recognize what we do in the disability community, we're making products for the disability community, what we do with mental health, what we do with Frontliners, that's as important as what we do in making $1 as well.
Man, awesome. So you said you got warehouses in here in Atlanta.
Yeah, we got a great guy called Chuck who runs our office there. We got our vice president, my equivalent guy called Brad. He's opening an e-commerce center in Austin, in Texas.
Okay.
We got staff in New York, Detroit, LA. Yeah, so
Brilliant.
America's our new frontier.
All right. Well, you got to hit me up anytime you're in my area, because I'm here in the Atlanta area as well. So I'm sure you're going to come here at some point. Definitely got to hit me up.
Mate, you're a legend, mate. You're a legend, mate. You're as Phil and Ash said, you get shit done. And
get shit done.
You get shit done. 60-day kick-ass, wasn't it?
Yes. Kick-ass.
Yeah,
I don't even remember my own daggone thing, but it had kick-ass in it, right? Kick-ass something. I don't remember. But hey, look, I got to hit you up with my last question. And I asked this question to everybody at the end. What was it that I didn't ask you that I should have asked you?
What pumps do I wear? And I wear Gazelles. I wear Adidas old school Gazelles.
Okay. Really?
Yeah. They're my favorites, man. They're like, I know you're big into your sneakers and your pumps and
yeah, I only wear Air Force Ones, but
my son has taken that on as well. He's got 7 pairs, all different colors, and even his school shoes, he's got the black.
There you go.
And I'm just like, what do you want me to buy you for birthday? Air Force One. Right.
Exactly. Yeah. I love them already. There you go.
In fact, you'd love our co-founder Neil. He collects sneakers, and he's got 200-300 pairs. Like,
oh my god,
the Nike, the cork, the limited edition cork ones, and and they're on this kind of massive display. He's got a dedicated room just for.
He's got a whole room. Yeah, he's got to have a whole room for the sneakers, all in order. inbox.
Colour.
Yes.
It's like a big, beautiful LGBT plus kind of wall. It's just this beautiful rainbow.
It's a rainbow of sneakers. Oh my God. That is too much, man. Rob, hey, I really appreciate you spending the time. I know you're a busy man. I reached out and you said yes. I was like, oh my God, he's gonna be on the show. You know, I really appreciate you, man. You are the man. You know,
I appreciate your time. It's cool to sit down with such a ledge in our e-commerce community. I look forward to having a cold beer in this very hot climate. It's 36 degrees today.
Is it?
It's 90% humidity. So when you come down for Retail Global, mate, we'll have a beer on the beach at Broad Beach. And yeah, it's been an honor, mate. So thank you for having Lovehoney and myself on your podcast.
Awesome, brother. I will be in touch.
Cool.
Thanks again, man. We'll talk soon.
Yeah, man. I'm meeting Ash on Friday.
You're meeting Ash on Friday. Yeah. Tell him I said hey.
Yeah. All good. All right, mate.
Definitely tell him I said hey. Give him the what's up from me. All right.
And mate, we'll connect when we catch up in March. I'll give you some peeps to go and see in America.
Well, we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to be there in March. I haven't been invited.
I'll make sure it happens.
Yeah, you might, because Phil sold the show.
Yeah, I'm meeting Ross Maripos on Friday.
So yeah, put a bug in their ear and tell them, say, bring the legend back.
Yeah.
All right, brother. We'll talk soon.
Take care, bro. Bye.
Peace.